We are back in our dead house, our dead Airbnb, our first rental property, and we're going to talk about spending money on improving our business. So the revenue of this house on Airbnb Booking.com for May, June, July, August, September, combined total was $20,188.11. And in our course with Airbnb, we talk about that we need to spend at least 10% of our revenue on improvements. And then if you're like, I can't spend 10% of my revenue, that's too much, right? Then you have a bad business, right? So you need to make a business plan so you can at least spend up to 30% of your revenue on it. And then if you only choose to spend 10, it's fine, right? But often we spend 20 to 30% of our revenue on improving our product, because the thing is that we have guests and customers today. Then we have the guests and customers that arrive in 1 month. We also have the guests and customers that arrive next year. So we want to invest in the customers we actually want to attract next year, because a lot of entrepreneurs hate their customers, right? Because they attract the wrong people. So you need to sit down, like do the profiling, like you're being like a criminal detective, right? And you're like investigating, like what is the profile of this crazy person who's attracting these people to this place. And then we need to look at, okay, so how do we actually attract the people we want to our Airbnb? And that's why we do the investment, because like 10% of our revenue today is one number, but if we can increase the revenue with like 30%, 50%, 100% next year, then the 10% is not a too high price to pay, because we can increase it. So we make like small adjustments. So the idea here is that we have the $20,000 in revenue, and then we need to spend at least $2,018.81 on improvements. So in this video, we are going to show a few improvements we are making on this house, and like some of the past improvements we've made since we started doing the Airbnb in May until September. So we have like some stuff from Timo, and we bought a lot of like displays, so new posters that we are going to put up with chaos theory. Then we are, because we ran an experiment using coffee makers from Nespresso, something called the Tool. So we're going to use those and add that here, because it was actually a huge success. So it raised the reviews like significantly. So I'll talk a little bit about that. So we'll change that, and then we'll change some of the posters inside the main area here. So we'll get rid of this is fine dog, right? This is fine, everything's fine, and do that. So we'll put that up, and then we'll talk about like why we did what we did afterwards.
So we're going to do some of the improvements, like.
You forgot to mention who you are.
Oh, I'm Xiaohong, by the way.
Okay, then go.
So here are the things that we're going to improve in this house. So this is the display that we're going to put it up with different sizes. And then this is the coffee machine that we're going to upgrade with the milk. There's milk tank for it. And then some of the special cups and special coffee for guests to try it out. And these are for improving the
laminate on the cabinet.
No, yeah. These are the laminate that we're going to fix for one of the cabinets that some of the guests have been complaining about in the reviews. And one of the successful things that we have improved on the house is that we have a lot of guests with infant and the children in summer times, and then we have set up some of the train tracks, and then you can see a picture here where we right now we're going to upgrade it to some of the new pieces where it might have the function of glowing at night. Might look very cool. So let's get started.
we fix it? Maybe we'll figure it out in a moment. Oh, and we changed the coating on this one, so I don't know what you think how it looks. I think it's okay. Only minor thing is that if the surface is a little bit worn or scratched or damaged, then you will see that through the laminate thing. Feng Shui, that's actually the name of my wife's dad. We're not talking about him and Feng Shui, we're talking about Feng Shui. No, actually we're talking about improvements. Anyways, Feng Shui is something with like, when you have a room, then there needs to be harmony in the room. And that is actually something I think is very important when you have short-term rentals. It's a concept where less is often more, and more is not less, but less is more. So we have less items, but the things we have is more like a peacocking feature. So it's better to have less, but the things we have are actually better than a lot that is crap. So it's better to have like a fewer things. One of the things we bought as an improvement here was that there's a big brand called Brio that makes trains. This is a copy from a German supermarket called Lidl that we wanted to try. So this thing here cost around $21, and it's actually pretty cool. So I'm actually impressed that you could get this for $21. It's very good. It's like when you have guests like kids, small kids, and they're going to come and stay. Then you can you can look at the book and say, okay, so they have small kids like 1 to 3 years old, and then you can build this. And that only takes us or the cleaning person like a few 2, 3, 4 minutes. Take the box, put up the train track, and then when the kids come in, they're like, whoa, trains, right? And the parents are like, yes, they're not watching the iPad, right? So we had a lot of good feedbacks. I think like the investment of this one is definitely worth the money. Maybe this and then just a few boxes of tracks and like a little bit more, and then like that's actually pretty good. You can buy these used as well. Then because I was like so excited with us trying to buy these sets of trains before, so actually I had some from my big kid from when he was little that I put in as an experiment that people were very happy with. Then I bought some in Lidl. And these are too complicated. It's what I say, like if you have something that the tenants or the guests can break, they will break it. Like keep it simple and stupid. I know that in Europe, America, you say keep it simple, stupid. In China, I was down studying at the Chinese Maritime University for a few weeks, and they say keep it simple and stupid. And that's actually pretty brilliant, right? So this is not simple, but it's stupid, right? So that's why I don't like it. It's too complicated. There are too many things you need to put together. So you have the kids, they're coming in, we want to play trains, and this is a little bit too complicated actually. So we want it a little bit more simple, like and a little bit more sturdy. This is not good quality. So I'm not impressed with this. So we did pay around 2 times $50 for each of these train tracks. We bought some extra trains. That was around 2 times $7.14 and $11.28 for some extra tracks. I'm not impressed with this. I would not recommend this, and I would rather recommend original Brio trains. And this is like annoying. All the trains are the same. Right? Oh, we're going to have a...
Turn it again.
Why do I need to turn it again? Right? Like,
turn it again.
It makes no sense, right? Why does it do that, right? Like, Why do I have to need? Why do I need to turn this all the time? So the kid is like sitting there, like no one wants to do that. Like then we upgraded some of these plates. So these are like this plates. This one cost around $89, which is kind of funny because the one we have over here is $97. So the price are sort of similar between these two. The thing is that this one is a little bit shiny, so you'll see that the light reflects on this one, and it has a frame. I have another one in here, so this one is like $53. This one is matte, so that means like it's not reflecting the light. So in business and in Airbnb and in life in general, then people will pay more for the same product repackaged in a different way. So the same product repackaged in a different way, people will pay more for that. And a small thing is that when you have these and they are gloss, that means they reflect the light. And that actually makes for better pictures. We often, so this building, we've owned it since 2019. We haven't painted it since 2019. It's the same paint back then. Usually when we paint our houses, we always use a higher gloss paint, so it reflects the light. It's the same thing with the floor. We haven't done that too much here, but we do like floors that reflect the light a little bit because it makes things more welcoming. It's the same thing you will see that like our furniture actually reflects light. It's a funny gimmick, but you will see that almost all of our furniture reflects light. And the same thing with the poster I have here. So this is a $65 poster. So this one reflects lights too. This one doesn't. And this one is $78. So this one is 78, this one is 65. This one is shiny. It's like the Pokemon. This one is not a shiny Pokemon, but it has a frame, right? So I guess that's what Pokemon you can find, like some with frames, some are shiny and some stuff like that. You can always lecture me on that in the comments below. But that's the main thing, is that then when we have the small kids, we're going to build the small train tracks. When we have the bigger kids, we need to find a few more tracks so we can build something that is working. Sometimes we could, if we are here, and we know they're arriving soon, we can actually turn on the train. So that means the trains are running when the kids arrive. That's like a cool thing. Anyway, so that was like the painting side of things. Small things that do a big difference. And then the most expensive piece is a new Nespresso coffee maker with milk. So I played with it. I have like some clips where it's running over, which is kind of funny. Anyways, this one was like $335. The thing is, like, a lot of people, when you take the pictures for the house, for the Airbnb, for the booking home, short-term rental, then actually putting up, not this one because it's dirty because I played with it, right? But then you can put the coffee on the table. Then people can imagine themselves sitting there drinking coffee. Imagining doing things. And that's a small thing that makes a difference. And some would say, Palle, it's the difference that makes a difference. And I say, like, no, that's the banana, right? It's the $6 million banana. So like, whoa. And people will be like, are you shitting me, right? Are there a banana on the wall in this Airbnb, right? And they have to book it, right? They have to find out that the host put a banana on the wall, right? You don't know. Maybe there's a banana on the wall. Maybe I ate it. We don't know. One thing we do know is that we have a total of expenses on the money we spend here. So displays, we spent $54, 65, 78, 89, 97, and then the banana was $1.40 because it's from Caribbean. It's a red Caribbean organic banana, whatever that means. Coffee maker, very expensive, but it actually makes it's the difference that makes a difference that helped us like raise our reviews to 7.7. An average in another house from like 6.1. Then we have the train sets, 2 times $50. Train track set, 21.8. Trains, 2 times $7.14. Track set, 11. Total, we spent $818.30. And sometimes we do things that are not smart. But as long as we do enough things that are smart, then it outweighs each other. Right? So we don't need to be correct every time, right? I could blame myself and say like, why did I buy those 2 train sets? Because I don't like them, and I do like another brand. So why would I do that, right? The thing is, if we want to evolve and we want things to change, then we need to try something new. Not all the time. Like we stick with what we know is working, and then we try something new as well. So we try different things. The same thing with like, can we make this place more Christmassy with stuff from Temu? Maybe. There's a link to the video up here with changing the house with Temu. There's another link where we play with Christmas lights up here if you want to see that one. Subscribe, so that you can wake up and see this face and you can dream about it. There's like a bell, like that. Ding, like the video.